So, you know, we had a MotherBoard meeting a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and I missed it. So you want to tell me about it?
Yeah, so we were talking about the elections coming up in November.
Yeah.
They're super important.
Very important.
Okay, so I appreciate you spending your Mother's Day talking about MotherBoard stuff.
Well, I think Mother's Day is an appropriate time to talk about MotherBoard stuff.
Right. I mean, keep your mom proud. Make
That's
your mom
right.
proud. So, yeah, we talked about the elections coming up. So, do you know what's at stake with these elections?
Everything. Because
Yeah.
isn't every seat in the House and every seat in the Senate is up for re-election.
That's
but
right.
our governor stays the same.
Right.
So if we're going to make a change, this is the year to do it.
That's right. So, do you know how many people are in the Virginia State Senate?
Nah.
The Senate?
In the Senate, 40?
That's right. There's 40. All right. Now, trick question. Do you know how many are Democrats and how many are Republicans?
Not enough Democrats and too many Republicans.
That's right. We have 19
Okay.
Democrats and 21 Republicans.
Oh, that's not too bad. We can take them.
That's just one seat.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
2 seats. All right. And how about the House?
We
How many
100
members we
yeah,
have?
we have 100 members in the House.
All right. 100
Senate.
members in the House of Delegates.
Right.
Do you know how many Democrats versus how many Republicans?
I know it's close.
It is very close.
There's 47 Democrats.
All right, there's 49 Democrats,
wow.
and that makes 51,
51 Republicans.
Republicans.
Okay.
So
that's 2.
So we only need to flip 2 or
Right,
more
right.
in the state Senate and 2 or more in the House,
In the
House of Delegates.
Right.
Do you know how many people we flipped last time we did this, Mom?
I know it was a bunch.
It was 15.
Oh, Lord.
We flipped 15 seats last time we did this, Mom.
Then we can do 2 easy.
You think we can do 2?
We can do 2.
I think we can do 2.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you know why it's important? Not just a majority, but why? What's at stake?
Well, there's a lot at stake because the majority is the one that controls the committees. It controls passing bills into law.
Right.
It controls everything.
Okay, so this is the way I explained it to the MotherBoard members the other night. All right. So we got the hall. All right. Pretty terrible picture of the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Right.
Well, what do you think that represents?
Oh, redistricting, gerrymandering.
That's right. Redistricting. Redistricting.
Yeah, because
okay.
we've had a mess for a long, long time.
Right, and so this is what we're calling a last chance election. It's the last chance we have to flip before we redistrict.
Right.
And the fact that redistricting will happen while we have a Democratic governor gives us a better chance
So
for
it can't
success.
be vetoed. Okay.
Right. Okay. So redistricting, A number 1, and then as you mentioned, we've got this lovely little symbol here. What do you think this
Committee
means?
chairs, yeah.
Committee chairs.
and leadership, yeah.
Right. Okay. So this
Yeah.
is really important because I don't know if you remember this, but this year a bunch of MotherBoard members we were tracking the tampon tax bill.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So in a subcommittee, we were watching the live stream, and this Delegate Delegate Pogue, misrepresented a rule and said that debate time was up. When
There's no such rule.
there is no such rule. And so he just said that to get the debate to end and call a vote when time hadn't gone up. There was no time limit on the debate, and he just said that. And so because a lot of grassroots activists were watching it on the live stream, they had a fit. And so 2 days later, they had to take the vote again. This time, they let debate go, and they got it out of committee 2 days later. But then, of course, it didn't make it to the floor. So.
But didn't they also pull some tricky business on the gun laws that we were trying to get?
Well, yeah. So it did go to the House and Militia. I guess it was the Militia Committee. But yeah, I mean, they were basically killed a dozen gun laws in about 2 hours in a subcommittee. It didn't even get to the floor. So we don't even really know who voted for it, what they had to say, because it happened so quickly. But there were other things that happened, like they took a vote when a female delegate had gone to the bathroom. Also really nice. So I'd really like to see some of that change. But the other thing, not just the chairs of the committees, but the leadership. Do you know who our the Speaker of the House of Delegates is? He's not my favorite person.
Somebody Cox?
Okay, Kurt Cox.
Yeah.
Not my favorite person. Okay, so he decided that there should be more of the more important legislation that goes through the Rules Committee. That's his committee. And not only that, the Rules Committee is supposed to be a proportion that equates to the proportion of Democrats versus Republicans, right? So we already said there's 51% Republican, 49% Democrat, okay? And on the Rules Committee, there are 17 members on the Rules Committee, right?
Right.
How many people do you think, 51% versus 49%, if 49% Democrats, how many Democrats should be on that committee? 17 members.
Well, if it's 17 members and it's proportionate to the members, then it would be 9 to 8. No?
No, maybe 10 to 7?
Maybe, but
No.
you're stretching it.
It was 11 to 6.
Shut up.
11 Republicans, 6 Democrats on the Rules Committee.
How is that proportionate?
It's not. And then, according to the Richmond Times-Dispatch, Kurt Cox decided that more important legislation should start going through the Rules Committee because he'd stacked the committee.
Oh,
So I'm ready to see him go bye-bye.
absolutely.
So we need a new Speaker of the House, and I would like to see it be someone on the progressive agenda.
Absolutely.
And speaking of the progressive agenda, that's the other reason we want to see the leadership change. And that's because, as we're always saying in MotherBoard, we've got this needle, right? We've got the left and the wrong.
Wrong.
And the wrong, right? And we want to see this needle moving in this direction, right?
Right.
Okay, and you brought up the gun reform bill. Yeah, we want to see more progressive legislation about gun safety laws.
Sure.
And there were a dozen that got killed in about 2 hours in a subcommittee. So if we're going to advance our progressive agenda, we need to have more progressive members
Absolutely.
in the House of Delegates and in the state Senate. So it's the main reasons, these 3 reasons are the main reasons why it's important for us to get really involved in these elections coming up in November.
Yep.
So I guess the question is, how are we going to do that, right? Okay?
Well, we're going to do it like we flipped the seats last time. We're going to get everybody involved, everybody engaged. MotherBoard's going to get busy,
Right.
and we're going to make it happen.
So the first thing we're going to do, the first thing that we did at our meeting the other night, is a bunch of MotherBoard members got together, and this is what you missed. We decided to pick some races that we can either flip or defend.
Good.
Okay?
Okay.
Sort of like, it was very easy when we had Elaine, because there's only one candidate.
Right.
But this time around, we have a lot.
There's a lot.
So these are the ones that we're looking at, okay? So you remember Karen Mallard?
Yeah.
Good friend Karen Mallard is running in District 84.
Okay.
So we're gonna work our butts off to help her win.
Okay.
District 85 is Alex Askew.
I thought that was Cheryl Turpin's seat.
Well, it was Cheryl Turpin's seat, and now Cheryl has decided that she's going to run for State Senate number 7, District 7.
Oh, so she's going to be in the primary. on
She will be
7th.
in the primary.
Okay.
So there is a primary on June 11th, and Cheryl is running in that primary along with
Okay.
some other candidates.
Cool.
So it's MotherBoard's policy not to endorse anyone before
Right.
the primaries.
Right.
So once that primary has finished, we will be supporting whatever candidate comes through
In 7.
in
Okay.
the 7.
Cool.
Okay. And then of course we've got our good friend Kelly Fowler in
Yeah.
21, District 21. We'll be working with her. And Alex Askew, Alex Askew is actually running in District 85. And he's
Okay.
a great guy. We met him. He has a lot going for him. He has worked in political campaigns before, really knows what he's doing. So I think he's going to be a great candidate for 85.
Excellent. Okay.
And then Kelly Fowler in District 21. And then Phil Hernandez, he is someone who reached out to MotherBoard really early on, wanted us to get to know him, wanted us to support him. So we're going to be doing our best to help him win in House District 100. And then finally in Senate District number 6, we have Missy Cotter-Smazel. She is running for Senate District number 6.
Okay.
So these are the candidates that we're picking, and we're going to work hard doing the same kinds of things we did for Elaine. We're going to be doing the postcarding, the driving canvassers, working on canvassing, text banking, all that. We'll be doing the same thing.
Good. Okay.
All right, so these are the ones we did. So number 1, we're picking these races to flip or defend. And then number 2 is we're gonna recruit MotherBoard members. And so we're having a meeting on Wednesday, May 15th
Okay.
at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
All right.
And where is it?
It's gonna be at Church of the Good Shepherd.
On Hampton Boulevard.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so we're recruiting MotherBoard members to come to that and hear about the candidates and hear about the kinds of things that they can start working on now.
Good. Okay.
You know, everybody disappears in Hampton Roads, like we're all on vacation in the summer, people
Right.
going all different directions. So we kind of have to get started now so that we're on the radar and we can start working now to affect change in November.
plan calendars,
That's
all
right.
that stuff.
Right. We can't
Okay.
wait till everyone gets back from break.
That's right.
Okay. So we have to get started now.
Okay.
And then the next thing is we're developing structure. So that's the third thing we're going to do. And what we've done with MotherBoard is we've recruited some members for the action team, and we're recruiting more members for the action team. And, you know, we don't like to give names and emails out to
Thank
campaigns.
goodness. Yeah.
I mean, it's like giving blood. Like you
Right.
do it once and then they just keep calling you, right?
Right.
Okay, so we are trying really hard not to do that. So we recruit our own members and we deploy our own members. And so we're doing that by asking certain members of MotherBoard to be liaisons with each campaign.
Good.
So
Okay.
there'll be a liaison for each campaign, and then when they have volunteer needs, they will funnel it through MotherBoard. And so that's the structure we've decided on so that we can recruit our own members.
Sure.
Yeah,
That makes
and
sense.
I think we can be successful like we were before.
Yeah, absolutely. We will.
Yeah, and so then that will help us coordinate our teams and process the requests and get everything done.
Yep.
So I think we've got it sort of laid out of what we're going to do. So the question is, what are you going to do next?
I'm going to the meeting on Wednesday night,
Okay,
7:00.
All right.
Church of the Good Shepherd.
And
Hampton Boulevard.
Good. And I think, and I'm going to be there too.
Good.
And I think that what I'm going to do next is start calling some other board members.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll
Build
get
our
them-
numbers.
That's right.
We
'Cause
can do this.
Yeah,
It's
we can
only
do this.
two. We can do this.
2 each. We can do this.
We can do it.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.